She glanced behind the glass window, her back relaxed on the chair. Her hands were on the laptop, her fingers typing. But now all stopped. She scanned the weather. Dark clouds covered the sky, and heavy cold breeze started to flow. A beautiful smell hit her nostrils while the breeze kissed her skin. The smell of rain, she adulated it. She loved the smell since childhood. It had offered her the finest remembrances, but it also reminded her of something she regretted to love. She met her love almost 5 years ago in a rainy weather. He showed her the best among the best. He cherished her like he was straight out of fiction, gave her the best treasure. What didn't she feel beside him? Nothing. He was evident reason for her living, and for others, the couple was ideal. She was so grateful for the rain that caused her to encounter the best joys, the imperfectly flawless part of a shattered life. He showed her the love she never thought she would deserve. So good to be true. But maybe it was all a lie, or the love stayed for a short while. In this rain only, she shed her tears, a moment where her heart broke down into uncountable pieces, so small and fine like the salt particles. She remembered the time when she returned home, wanting to see her man, but the sight in front of her shattered her while love into pieces. The man she loved more than anything was making out with someone else. The bare bodies were on their bed, and she could hear those disgusting noises. She remembered his calls, his texts, apologizing, but she couldn't bear it. If he was loyal enough, that scene wouldn't have happened. Simply yet painfully, the chapter of ravishing, flourished red rose ended with no petals and fresh pointed thorns. It's been 2 years since the chapter ended. Still, she hasn't moved on. The wounds of betrayal weren't fresh, but weren't healed entirely too. Maybe she loved him way more
But she
than one could
indeed
ever
realized she
imagine.
was starting enough to cope.
He pain still hurts, but not much. It was a game of time, and it had passed away. She sighed with a small smile on her face, looking at her laptop screen back again. The pain did break her, but it also made her find the better version of herself. The CEO of Min Cooperation Limited. The company held high stakes, unlimited records, and many branches all over the world. She was all good now. She didn't realize when the time passed and it was her time to go back. She looked outside and sighed. It was still raining laboriously, since hours. She packed her stuff and walked towards her car, deciding she'll buy food on her way as she was going to reach home late due to traffic. Taking the car off the office parking, she accelerated it towards her home. After 2 hours, unlocking the gate, she let out a deep breath before getting inside. She put the package on the dining table and walked towards the sink and washed her hands. She put the meal in the microwave for a minute before taking it out and proceeding to eat. The sound of rain soothed her while she finished it all. Walking towards her room, she straightly went inside the bathroom for a quick shower. After a while, she exited the bathroom in her robe and walked towards the closet, an oversized hoodie and a pair of shorts. Since she didn't wet her hair remained in a messy bun. She sat near the window, silently, hearing the raindrops hitting the ground while a heavy cold breeze flew along with it. Changing the direction of the rain, the city lights shone like stars in the dark background of nature. The breeze spoke its language as if telling stories to the surrounding with the whistling sound. Some leaves on the trees fell, not able to stand the heavy flow. The scene looked mesmerizing and soothing. Suddenly, the bell of her house rang. She frowned and looked at the watch. 11:25 p.m. She lured, not able to understand who was at her doorstep at this moment. She thought to shrug it off, thinking it as a hallucination until the bell rang again. She walked downstairs, feeling a bit scared but sucking a deep breath. She summoned her courage before walking towards the gate. Her trembling hands unlocked the door as she opened it. A guy was standing in a black outfit, his hair, his face till his eyes. Water dripped from every inch of his body. Her eyes widened when she realized who was at her door. Jungkook? She was shocked. Obviously, he was an unexpected guest. Her emotions were tormenting inside. Why he had to return now, after 2 years of betrayal he caused? Why are you here? She asked simply, maintaining a cold tone. May I come in? He requested politely, still panting, as if ran a long mile. Those broken promises, vows and dreams, and everything they had 2 years ago, everything that made at that time, was now running through her mind. Letting him in once again, she just realized the emotions were never done. She was still in love with him. It was just she kept busying herself every moment the memories hit. She moved aside as he made his inside after her permission. He didn't sit. He just watched her close the door before going towards the guest room. His eyes looked around. Not even a single memory of his, of their living last, yet every inch of the house screamed his name. The memories they made before. Here. His thoughts were interrupted by her voice. He turned and found her hand extended towards him with a towel in it. Taking it silently, he mumbled, thanks while drying his head. I need to say something. He spoke after a good silence. She just looked down at him, waiting for him to continue. He took a deep breath, but his eyes kept looking down. He was going to ask something which was going to hurt her badly, maybe. Maybe she would feel aggression, betrayed, upset, and hurt once again. Can you give me a chance once again? He expressed eventually. His heart was ready for anything at this moment. I know I'm asking for something I shouldn't. I know what I did was not something to forgive. I take every single blame for it. But I want to prove myself to you again from the core beginning. Her eyes watched him, questioning him with every feeling she had for him. 2 years later, you want to prove yourself? She scoffed, chuckling sarcastically. Why? Your girlfriend left, that's why. 2 freaking years, Jungkook. 2 years. Where were you in these 2 years? You never thought before about this. Why so sudden? Her voice broke with each word. Tears brimmed in her eyes, threatening to fall at any moment. His face still down, hearing her words, as he claimed he was taking every single blame. She kept shouting at him, and tears fell to her face. Just one chance, Ryan. I'm ready to accept every condition you'll put. He fell on his knees, hands extended towards her. Why? Her voice was monotonous, eyes staring at him, and her body felt numb. He never fell on his knees. He was egoistic enough to do that. He might have bowed down to her in those 3 years of relationship, but he never knelt. He never begged anyone. No one means no one. Was he desperate for that one chance? Just let me prove myself before. He sucked a deep breath. Before I leave permanently. She was bewildered by his words, shocked, terrified. He sounded so confident. Leave permanently? What does it mean? It'd be a lie if she didn't want him back. The truth was she always prayed for him, but she was scared of the past repenting herself. I assure you, if that last repeats, you'll never face me. I'll vanish. He voiced in that painful silence. You won't touch me unless I say my life, my issues, my stress shouldn't be bothering you. You'll never question anything. You'll never interfere in my life, whether professional or personal. She started telling him more in the list, eventually making him understand that he did get a chance, but with a huge twist. He could go to her once again. He was relieved, but he knew in this journey the past won't lead them ever, and it will be tough for both equally. No matter what the consequences are, the past would affect them. There will be some points where she would turn doubtful towards him and lose trust. But joining something that he had broken, just like the first time, needs a big amount of time. Maybe a whole lifetime. It may happen that the love will remain forbidden. If you accept everything I said, you can try once again, but it won't be easy. Plus, if you want, you can start staying in my house, stay in the guest room. With that, she left, leaving him all alone.